For years, fans speculated that the Smith family's public smiles concealed a tangled web of private turmoil, especially once whispers emerged about Jada's connection to Diddy. Some claim it's a strictly professional tie, while others insist it's far more complicated, linking Jada to Diddy's most controversial gatherings and clandestine circles. Yet beneath these rumors lies a deeper narrative, hidden motivations, alleged manipulations, and the unsettling notion that Hollywood's glittering surface might disguise dark truths. But this isn't just another salacious Hollywood rumor mill. Each time, one person speaks out about manipulative mentorships or questionable parties, another voice rushes forward with fresh revelations. In a place where power and fame can shield wrongdoing, these tidbits of speculation push us to wonder if the truth is bigger and more bizarre than anyone imagined. One thing is certain. What's been revealed so far might only scratch the surface. Keep watching, because the deeper we dig, the more complicated and astonishing this whole story becomes. For a long time, the Smiths have enjoyed a status close to royalty in Hollywood. Will Smith's career soared with blockbusters and chart-topping hits, while Jada Pinkett Smith carved a niche as an actress, musician, and talk show host unafraid to tackle unconventional topics. Diddy, officially known as Sean Combs, was a powerhouse in hip-hop, launching careers and amassing an empire. The earliest link between these two families seemed purely business. Star-studded events, red carpet appearances, and the philanthropic circles where celebrities often overlap. But Hollywood watchers noticed something unusual in how often Jada and Diddy appeared at the same private parties, gatherings not open to the general public. Some recounted seeing the same faces pop up again and again, up-and-comers hoping for big breaks, established A-listers playing gatekeepers, and individuals drifting toward whispered corners for hush-hush networking. Over time, rumors brewed. What exactly happened at these gatherings? Who was in attendance? And why were participants so desperate to remain invited, even if it meant keeping quiet about uncomfortable truths? Not everyone saw an issue. In the high-stakes world of entertainment, forging powerful friendships is standard. But once talk arose of underage stars, suspect initiations, and manipulative mentorship agreements, curiosity soared. Diddy's name kept surfacing, as did Jada. Fans began to question why Jada, known for championing transparent conversations on everything from mental health to relationships, was silent whenever talk turned to these elusive parties. The rumors persisted, even amplified, when Jada's son, Jaden Smith, dove into show business at a very young age. And while these early sparks of controversy hovered around secret parties and questionable associations, the real combustion came when Jaden, known for his unabashed honesty, started dropping cryptic hints about the environment he grew up in. But that wasn't the entire story. Before the rumors escalated into all-out scandal, Jada Pinkett Smith had long embraced a freer approach to parenthood. She and Will famously declared they wanted to raise independent thinkers unafraid of challenging convention. For some, it seemed admirable, until stories emerged that Jada encouraged young Jaden to attend grown-up gatherings, not just to gain industry exposure, but to explore an adult world filled with taboo temptations. Conflicting statements appeared online, suggesting that from early adolescence, Jaden was exposed to mind-altering substances, or at least to parties where such activities weren't off-limits. One rumor claimed he was introduced to these experiences directly by his mother, though no conclusive proof ever surfaced. Still, the talk caught fire, especially when Jaden publicly mentioned that he sometimes felt uneasy about how far outside the norm his family operated. Then came a bombshell. Allegations that Jada had, in some sense, handed over or sold Jaden to Diddy. Some interpreted this figuratively, meaning she entrusted his career trajectory to Diddy's mentorship, while others whispered that the truth was more sinister. Online forums lit up with speculation. Could Jada have genuinely facilitated Jaden's attendance at gatherings, where older industry figures took advantage of newcomers? Or were these just tall tales fueled by the modern rumor mill? In the background, Jaden's strained relationship with Will intensified the chatter. The father-son duo clashed around the time after Earth bombed, and Jaden even contemplated legal emancipation. After all, if the rumors were true, it wasn't just a single conflict about career choices. It was about the entire framework of Jaden's childhood. No one quite knew the extent to which Jaden's unconventional upbringing shaped his mental health, but fans picked up on his cryptic social media posts. They also remembered Willow Smith's heartfelt letter to Tupac, suggesting a deep void within the family's emotional landscape. Jaden's once promising film career slowed down, and he pivoted to music and fashion, realms where he could express the same boundary-pushing spirit his parents encouraged. Yet the question lingered. Had Jada unwittingly opened a door for Jaden that led to darker corners of Hollywood, ones rumored to be overshadowed by individuals like Diddy, who allegedly leveraged their power to exploit vulnerable young talent? And what happened next would disturb even the most seasoned watchers of celebrity drama. Throughout the hip-hop community, Diddy is revered for his production genius and entrepreneurial flair, but he's never lacked detractors. From rumored run-ins with his former protege Mace to tumultuous legal battles over music rights, controversies trail him at every turn. The most unsettling accusations, however, revolve around his treatment of younger musicians and actors. Usher and Justin Bieber's mentorship under Diddy once appeared to be standard star-making protocol, a successful figure guiding fresh talent. But stories emerged suggesting that behind the glitz of studio sessions lurked questionable power plays. Over the years, insider testimonies described exclusive parties featuring substances, suggestive activities, and a strict code of silence. Even Usher, in a fleeting moment of candor, hinted at seeing things he shouldn't have seen as a teenager under Diddy's wing, though he never fully elaborated. Speculation ramped up again when Cassie came forward, accusing Diddy of manipulative behavior during their long relationship. Though her revelations centered mainly on emotional turmoil, many believed her story signaled a broader pattern. Diddy was rumored to lure people in with the promise of fame and success, only to subject them to controlling demands once they were fully reliant on him. Jaden Smith's rumored involvement took these narratives to a new level. Some sources claimed that Jaden wasn't just at those exclusive gatherings. He was actively encouraged to mingle with Diddy's closest associates, who allegedly sought out younger celebrities for more than just partying. It's still uncertain whether Jaden personally endured trauma, or if he simply witnessed events that rattled him. But fans couldn't help noting how Jaden's public demeanor shifted around the time these allegations gained traction. His social media output became erratic, punctuated by emotional confessions about family and the industry. Through it all, Jada stayed mostly quiet. Will Smith rarely addressed the rumors head-on. To many onlookers, that silence spoke volumes. Either there was nothing to see, or there was far more to hide than anyone dared to admit. Still, the situation around Diddy wasn't slowing. More young personalities, including YK Osiris, began hinting that they too had stories to share. And the deeper the public looked, the more they wondered about another key player in this saga: Will Smith himself. Will Smith's charm made him a household name. His comedic roles, rap albums, and fatherly persona crafted an image of an all-around good guy with infectious energy. Yet the rumor mill insists that behind the scenes, Will might have been complicit in, or at least aware of, questionable entanglements. Industry whispers point to alleged mentorship situations that raised eyebrows among insiders. Jaguar Wright, an outspoken figure in the music scene, launched scathing accusations against Will, claiming he mentored younger men in ways that crossed moral and ethical lines. While she didn't present concrete evidence, her emotional testimonies painted a disturbing picture. Influential celebrities allegedly using mentorship programs to exploit new talent, who found themselves powerless to speak up for fear of being blacklisted. Then came the revelations about Jada's entanglement with August Alsina, a friend of Jaden's. Will's seemingly relaxed response, at least in public, fed suspicions that he and Jada maintained a far from traditional marriage. The public question was, if Will didn't mind his wife's extramarital relationships, what about these unverified rumors that he, too, had indulged in secret escapades? And where did that leave Jaden, raised in a home that constantly blurred lines between close friendships and something more? Even more confounding was the narrative that surfaced about Will possibly not being interested in women at all. Some pinned the rumor on a simple misunderstanding of an open marriage. Others said it explained his calm acceptance of Jada's relationships. No matter the truth, fans agreed The Smiths inhabited an unusual reality, one that might have set the stage for the crises that followed. But that still wasn't everything lurking around the corner. As these controversies unfurled, a pattern seemed to emerge. Certain young stars who suddenly withdrew from the spotlight. One example was B.R. Gray, a rising actor who dazzled audiences on Empire before abruptly fading from mainstream success. Behind the scenes, some insiders believed powerful forces had blackballed him, potentially because he refused to remain part of certain clandestine circles. A wave of speculation followed. Was Will Smith, alongside Diddy, orchestrating behind closed doors tactics to silence or isolate anyone who threatened to expose Hollywood's hidden corners? Some claimed that once Gray distanced himself, his career prospects vanished. Meanwhile, others pointed out Gray's own controversies, including domestic issues and personal struggles that might have derailed him regardless. The truth was unclear, but the rumor alone signaled how cutthroat the industry could be. Lawsuits soon became the talk of industry gossip blogs. Reports circulated of multiple individuals, including B.R. Gray and Y.K. Osiris, contemplating or filing colossal suits against Diddy, alleging manipulative conduct that went far beyond typical record label disputes. Though less was said publicly about Will's role in all this, that didn't stop internet sleuths from theorizing that the Smith star power served as part of a broader protective shield for those at the top. In the midst of it all, Jada's name re-emerged. Some claimed she'd been instrumental in forging relationships between Jaden and older industry figures, something that, if proven, could carry severe fallout. But while fans clamored for statements from Jada or Will, the Smiths largely kept to cryptic remarks or deflection. Their silence only fueled more conspiracies, and there was yet another piece of the puzzle demanding attention: the psyche of the Smith children, who found themselves in the crosshairs of gossip and family tensions. Jaden and Willow Smith both grew up in a spotlight that few can comprehend. Their parents nurtured creative freedom, encouraging them to speak boldly and chase self-expression. But as Jaden's teenage years became entangled in speculation about adult-themed parties and possible exploitation, fans began to question whether creative freedom was overshadowed by questionable decision-making. Social media turned into a window for the public to glimpse the children's mindset. At times, Jaden tweeted cryptic statements about personal struggle, transcending normal teenage angst. He often dropped hints about being misunderstood, or about the illusions that come from living under constant scrutiny. Willow, meanwhile, famously wrote a letter to Tupac at age 11, expressing a longing that seemed to surpass a simple childhood wish. Her words implied a deep sadness in Jada, an ache Willow wanted to mend by somehow bringing Tupac back. Over time, interviews revealed subtle resentments. Jaden occasionally said he felt overshadowed by his father's huge legacy, or that he grappled with the family's public image. Then, unconfirmed rumors circulated that Jaden told friends he wished Tupac had been his father instead of Will, fueling speculation about tension in their father-son bond. Whether it was raw teenage emotion or a reflection of genuine dissatisfaction remained hotly debated. As for Willow, she grew into a powerhouse musician in her own right, yet her lyrics carried undertones of inner conflict. Outside observers thought they detected references to a childhood that felt chaotic, a mix of hyper-freedom and constant public attention. Adding to the swirling rumors was the notion that both children recognized something sinister about the influences around them, possibly including Diddy. But in a world where revealing too much could topple entire dynasties, few believed Jaden or Willow would speak out directly. It all begged the question: how much of the Smith kids' confusion and angst stemmed from ordinary growing pains, and how much came from experiences with Hollywood's darkest corners? But the tension would only rise as more revelations surfaced about Diddy's alleged manipulations and Will's puzzling role. Around the time the world reeled at Will Smith's infamous confrontation with Chris Rock, Diddy once again landed in the center of speculation. What started as him playing peacemaker at the awards morphed into new talk of what does Diddy know, and how far does his influence reach? The timing felt eerie to some. Serious allegations about manipulative relationships were swirling, and key figures, from Cassie to various up-and-coming artists, hinted that they planned to speak out. Then Cassie dropped her own set of revelations. detailing emotional manipulation during her years under Diddy's wing. It reignited a conversation about young talents allegedly coerced to comply with controlling behaviors in exchange for career opportunities. Rapper YK Osiris echoed similar sentiments, claiming the entertainment world was far more sinister than casual onlookers suspected. He posted videos speaking cryptically about forces who proclaim love and God, while allegedly serving far darker impulses in secret. For some observers, this only confirmed what they believed about Jada's rumored involvement, and how Jaden may have been ushered into an environment that promised stardom, but concealed a twisted underbelly. For others, it remained gossip without solid evidence, overshadowed by bigger headline-grabbing moments, like Will's outburst on stage. Even so, internal pressures on the Smith family appeared to mount. Will, once known for his level-headed approach to public conflict, seemed to unravel when he slapped Chris Rock, prompting many to wonder if private stress had finally erupted in the most public setting possible. Diddy's attempt to soothe tensions in that moment left people asking if he was simply being the polished mogul, or if he was trying to salvage his own reputation, threatened by the mounting controversies. And just when you thought the tale had reached its peak, more rumblings hinted that authorities might be looking deeper into certain celebrities' past activities with minors. Activities rumored to involve Diddy, and possibly implicate others. The question was, and remains, whether official investigations would ever produce verifiable truths. The more layers that peel back, the more complicated this saga becomes. For the Smiths, their carefully managed public persona, equal parts philanthropic and progressive, has sustained blow after blow from swirling accusations. Jada stands at the center of a storm, facing claims she facilitated contact between Jaden and powerful older figures like Diddy, exposing her son to a world most parents would protect their teens from. Will, for his part, faces persistent speculation regarding his own private dealings, from rumors about open relationships to hush-hush mentorship controversies. Meanwhile, Diddy remains an undeniable industry giant, yet haunted by a litany of stories portraying him as manipulative at best, predatory at worst. While he has repeatedly dismissed or denied these claims, they multiply year by year, accompanied by new voices who say they suffered firsthand. The real question is whether all these swirling rumors amount to a misunderstanding, or if they're fragments of a bigger, more horrifying puzzle. Jaden and Willow, now young adults forging their own paths, seem determined to speak their truths, in subtle, artful ways, through music, interviews, and social media. But they've never directly confirmed or denied the harshest accusations, leaving fans to piece things together from cryptic clues. Whether they remain silent to guard personal privacy, or because the full truth is too incendiary, remains a mystery. As more alleged victims emerge with their own stories involving high-profile stars, it's possible that everything from party culture to mentorship in Hollywood could be scrutinized like never before. Some insiders believe a reckoning is coming, one that might dismantle the entire system of hush money, blackballing, and secrecy. Others expect these scandals to fade as Hollywood shifts its focus to the next big story, the next blockbuster, or the next viral controversy. One thing's certain, for all their fame and success, the Smith family and Diddy are grappling with a tide of public suspicion that might not recede anytime soon. And for every cynic who shrugs this off as gossip, a growing number of people believe there's far more going on than meets the eye. In a universe of bright red carpets and dazzling spotlights, the toughest realities often dwell in the shadows. The Smith family's complicated dynamic, combined with Diddy's powerful reach, has opened countless doors for speculation, some of which, if even partially true, point to a dangerous undercurrent in the entertainment industry. For years, fans adored Will Smith's charismatic roles and championed Jada's trailblazing candor, never imagining the possibility of dark secrets behind their outward unity. Yet the stories keep surfacing, from Jaden's unsettled youth to Willow's pointed letters, from Cassie's recounting of an unbalanced relationship to YK Osiris's cryptic warnings. Are these mere coincidences? Or do they illustrate how unchecked power warps the most well-intentioned spaces? Is it possible that Hollywood's famed mentorship tradition hides not just nepotism, but also predatory practices and manipulative alliances? The final takeaway might be the most haunting. We still don't know the full extent of what happened, or who might be responsible. maybe the truth will never fully emerge, lost under NDA agreements, the code of silence, and carefully curated public statements. Or maybe, as more voices step forward, we'll see a tidal wave of revelation that forces Hollywood to confront its darkest corners. Until then, we can only piece together the puzzle from whispers and half-confirmed accounts. In an industry built on illusions, the real stories often lie buried behind reputations too big to fail. And if even half of these rumors prove legitimate, what does it say about the glamorous facade we've been asked to admire for so long? That's something for each viewer to ponder as these revelations continue, step by step, to reshape how we see some of the most iconic figures in entertainment. Whatever happens next, it's bound to open more eyes, and perhaps finally force Hollywood to answer for the shadows it has nurtured in the name of art and fame.